Hi, I'm Amy, and we're here today with Mark Flint, Sr., founder of the Rainbow Horizon website and newsletter. And today we're going to talk to him a little bit on how this whole concept came into being. How you doing, Mark?
Fine.
Glad to be here with you.
Thank you.
How about you give us a little background? Why don't you tell the viewers and myself what happened that brought you here?
I was married 3 times, and after my last marriage failed, I started thinking to myself, what is going on? Is it the women that I was dating, or is it me? And then I started to come to the realization it wasn't the women I was dating so much as it was my sexuality, so I decided to come out of the closet. Before I came out of the closet, I was completely miserable. I have 2 wonderful kids, and they'll tell you I was always in a bad mood. And since I've came out of the closet, my kids say that I'm such a joy to be around and can't get enough of me.
Well, that's great. That's great. Now, I know that you have been writing within the past couple of years. What brought you to start writing your books?
My last job I had, I worked for 12 years, and all of a sudden, just out of the blue, the job was done. And I decided that I wanted to do something different, because I'd been in the same career for almost 25 years. And in the course of doing that, I had to go to college. And when I started going back to college, we had to do a lot of writing. And that brought out the creative side of me. And I just started writing everything, and I just couldn't stop. And as luck would have it, my first book that I wrote was about being HIV positive. Because 2 years ago, when I left my job, I became HIV positive. And in the course of that, I didn't want to feel depressed and angry, so I put a positive spin on it. And in doing so, that's how I created the book. My first book, The Journey to My New Existence, Living with HIV. And the whole point of the book was to let people know that you don't have to live in the stigma that HIV is a bad thing. You can live a positive life with HIV. So I thought it was a great idea. So far I've sold about 15, 20 books.
Wow.
And that's not even trying. So I think it was a good idea.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's really awesome. I'm holding here in my hand a paper version of the Rainbow Horizon. Why don't you tell us a little bit on how this came into being?
After I wrote the 5 books that I wrote, I decided that I wanted to go a different step, and I couldn't quite put my finger on how to do that. So I'm lying in bed one night, and I said, I could always do a newsletter. And I started thinking, well, a newsletter is only going to reach the local people in the area. So I said to myself, how can I get my concept across everybody in the world? And that's when I created the newsletter as well as the website. And the newsletter and the website are primarily the same concept, and that's a place to express yourself creatively, because everybody needs an outlet to vent. Whether it's drawing, photos, videos, tattoos, you name it, they all have their certain outlet. Hairstylist, whatever it is, fashion. So that's what I came up with the idea. And the newsletter and the website are all based on news, home-hitting articles. There's some states that still live with the fact that if you're gay, you can be fired. I thought that was news that people needed to know. There's depression out there. That's a pretty good article that it really hits close to home to everybody. especially a lot of the gays, lesbians, and transgenders and bisexuals. So that was the whole concept of building the website and the newsletter. The newsletter was just the kind of start of the whole website, and I have the newsletter in 3 different states already. And the website is hits all over the world already. So
that is amazing. So it sounds to me like the Rainbow Horizon is a place where everybody can come together from all walks of life creatively and find your voice. Whether it be, like you said, with writing or photography or tattoos or whatever it is you do creatively, building stuff or cooking, everybody has a place that they can express themselves. So you've really created a global community of just basically regular people and given them a voice, a place for them to show the world, hey, I'm not this, I'm not a stereotype, I'm not a stigma, I have a voice, I'm me, I can express myself, and in turn other people can see someone else's work or appreciate another person for who they are.
Right. I have my first article that was posted in here was from a 14-year-old kid in the United Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
It was his coming out story.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Since then, I have a 16-year-old kid who lives in New Jersey who writes his coming out story, and he does it in parts. He just posted his second part in it. I have another 16-year-old kid who is locally in the area, and she discusses living with STDs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just being HIV positive. It's not just being gay. I also have people who just post photos of, because that's what their creative side is. I have a gentleman who lives right in town. He's like 60 years old, and he posts his nature photos all the time. I have a person who lives in Florida, and she just blogs about everything on the site. So it's not just for the GLTV community, but it's for people that are friendly with the community. So, I think it's a great concept, and I'm glad that I did it.
I'm really glad you did it too, just so everybody knows that Mark and I have been friends for a number of years. And when Mark came and said, I'm going to do this, of course I was very supportive, but what he also had said was the Rainbow Horizon is actually a metaphor. Rainbow standing for the gay, lesbian, transgender, and bisexual community, and the horizon is for the straight people. The straight people that are in their lives, the straight people that care about them, that there are their family members or their friends. Every gay person has a straight person in their life and vice versa. So the Rainbow Horizon is really a community where gay and straight people can come together and have a voice and love and support each other openly. And I think it's a wonderful, wonderful thing that you're doing right now. I think it's amazing. And the way the Rainbow Horizon has taken off, it's almost an overnight thing. So the friends and family of Mark are really, really proud of him. And I know that all of you that are members of the website, I see your comments all the time. I know you love it too, and we are grateful. We are grateful that we can meet in this modern age just by going online. I think it's a fabulous thing. Before we go, Mark, why don't you tell them what your plans for the future are? Where do you see the Rainbow Horizon going?
My plan on this whole concept is to make it a nonprofit organization. The whole concept of the Rainbow Horizon is to have a place for people to express themselves, and hopefully the people with the creative side will get noticed out in the public view, as a writer or as a photographer. I'm working on a magazine in the near future called the Rainbow Horizon Magazine, and that's going to post articles, it's going to post stories, blogs, and it'll have travel sites on there, travel locations where you can see where the best location for you to go visit is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that when this whole thing turns around, it's only been open for about a month and a half, but I'm hoping within the next year it'll be so huge that everybody will be a part of it.
Almost like an alternative Facebook.
Yes.
That's a great vision. That's a great vision, and I'm really, really glad that you're all part of it. And I really want to thank you for coming down today and talking to me. And I'm glad that we got to do this video for the site so everybody knows how this whole thing was born. Before we sign off, I'd just like to tell you that the Rainbow Horizon is a website where you can express yourself creatively. There are no holds barred. If you need to vent, vent. If you see injustice, express it. If you see beauty, let us know. Photographs, videos. Hey, we did this with a cell phone, so any of you out there with a cell phone, you are an artist. Please send us your stuff.
Just one last note. Anybody who's interested in becoming a member, if you just go to www.therainbowhorizon.com, the members area is right there. You can click and join, and then you can start posting any creative side, whether it's woodworking that you do, or you have a video of yourself singing or dancing. You can upload it there. Playing a musical instrument. You like to draw. If you like to write, whatever it is, you like to take photos. Anything is open to the possibility.
Thanks, Mark.
You're welcome.
And I'd just like to say to everybody, have a wonderful day. I'm Amy from the Rainbow Horizon, the place where you have a voice.